Hello, ladies and gentlemen, but mostly gentlemen according to my YouTube statistics. I am Xarkun, and this is World of Warships Legends. Today I've got a domination mode game for you on the map, Trap, and it is an epic carry. A carry of epic proportions. I am playing my very favorite battleship in the entire game, the Tier 6 Premium Royal Navy Behemoth, HMS Nelson. And if you followed my channel for a long time, then you know that this is my favorite battleship, and I've featured it in a lot of videos, so I have a personal policy to not feature the Nelson unless it's something really, really special. And this game, I think, ticks that box. It fulfills that requirement. It is a hard carry by yours truly. And a lot of that comes down to the matchmaking, which is perfect for this ship. There is one destroyer on each team. There are 6 cruisers and 2 battleships. If you know anything about the British battleships, then you know that they have short-fused armor-piercing shells, and the Nelson is no exception. These short-fused armor-piercing shells are a terror to cruisers. They are the bane of the cruiser's existence. If you find yourself in a battleship shooting at cruisers and you're getting frustrated because all you get is overpens that only do a couple thousand damage here and there, then consider taking out a British battleship, and all those worries will vanish. Also, the Nelson is fantastic with dealing with destroyers. There's the Fubuki. He's the only destroyer on the team. We hit him for 5k with the armor piercing, but we're switching immediately to the high explosive, which we can or should be able to use to delete the Fubuki. And the Nelson, at least until the Conqueror makes it back in the game, has, I think, the best high explosive on any battleship in the game. Base stats, 6,900 Alpha Strike for the high explosive with a 46% chance to start a fire. And of course, I have that improved with the Azurlane Nelson Commander and her skill called Big 7, which increases the HE and AP Alpha Strikes by 16% each at the expense of penetration, which doesn't really seem to hurt this ship all that much, at least not in my opinion. And I think the high explosive Alpha Strike with that skill is just a touch over 8,000, which is outrageous. Now, we don't really get to see that in action so much in this game, because I am going to be shooting a lot of armor piercing, but I am going to shoot exclusively the high explosive for this opening sequence. We're entering the Alpha Cap now, and we have chased out the Fubuki. Note how we are zigzagging every which way. This Fubuki is going to try to torpedo us and fail spectacularly. This is his best attempt right here. We see 2 sets of torpedoes coming in, slow down a little bit, turn the nose in, and just like that, we dodge all of them. Meanwhile, we've got 2 fires burning on that Arizona out there. We could switch to the armor piercing on this guy, but the HE is doing its job, doing exactly what we want it to. And, you know, having the HE loaded in case that Fubuki decides to reappear is going to benefit us. And it is lovely to fight a Tier 5 battleship in the Nelson without 15-inch guns, or a Tier 5 battleship that does not have 15-inch guns. The Nelson has 26mm bow armor, which can be overmatched by the 380mm guns. There's more torpedoes, by the way, completely off the mark. See how easy it is to avoid torpedoes if you don't sail in straight lines? Anyway, the Arizona does not have 15-inch guns. He can't overmatch my bow, so I can comfortably point my bow at him, and the best he can hope for is armor-piercing damage into my superstructure, or, more likely, taking out my turrets, although I don't really think we have to worry about that. The Arizona has retreated to the map border. that Fubuki is still trying to torpedo us, but our maneuvering is making it impossible for him to predict where we're going to be. Once again, he completely misses. We get 2 more fires on the Arizona, and I believe those should be lethal, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. Where is the Fubuki? There he is, behind the island, giving broadside to the Arizona, but that's okay. He fired a little bit ago. He's got a long reload, and we should be angled before he can shoot again, or else he'll die for our first kill of the match, granting us the Arsonist medal. And now for that pesky Fubuki. We have taken the Alpha Cap, the enemy team has taken the Charlie Cap, and all of their ships are going to be moving toward Bravo soon, so we need to move that way as well. Fubuki appears, disappears, and dies. Second kill of the game. We delete him with the high explosive, and now it is time to switch to the armor piercing, because of all the ships left, there is only one battleship who we are never going to meet, and a bunch of cruisers. We've got the Devonshire in the Bravo Cap. He's turning away, which is going to make him a little bit difficult to hit, but the AP is almost loaded, and we're going to fire it at him. He's retreating from the cap circle. He doesn't want to take any of this armor piercing, and I predicted he would turn a little bit harder to the left there, but I was incorrect. So that salvo tags him with a single shell for 3,000 damage. Not terrible, but we might have hoped for better. And there are his torpedoes, by the way, nowhere near us, so we know he's not too much of a threat. Can we get a shot on the Aoba? Doesn't look like it. Of course, the Colorado is left. He can overmatch our bow, so we will have to be careful about angling toward him should he come upon us. But another shot at the Devonshire. Once again, a disappointing result. Looks like he is going to get away. Taking a look at the Aoba, but out to the left over there, there's a couple islands and a gap in between them. Some cruisers are heading that way, and there is a Budiani 10 kilometers away. This is a fantastic opportunity. He's going to be broadside for several moments, line up the shot carefully, and behold, the power of British AP. The Budiani is dead for our first devastating strike. Yes, our first. There are more where that came from. We're up to 84,000 damage, and we would like to get some shots on that pesky Devonshire who managed to get away from us, but we can't. Colorado coming between the gap. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to shoot at him. That's okay. We want to get into the Bravo Cap and hopefully flip it from this position, which we might have a chance at doing. There are only 4 ships left on our team versus 6 enemies, so we're outnumbered right now. And if we want to win this game, then I am going to have to do some heavy lifting. Got a York way out there who looks like he's coming in toward the capture circle, and a New Orleans who is sailing out there to the left of the screen past the island. Looks like he is on a course to go past that island and give us full broadside. So we're going to park here, try to take this cap, and wait for him to show himself. Unfortunately, our cruiser teammate is getting constantly reset, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to take it quickly. But another AP salvo out, and as Tebow would say, he gone! Second devastating strike of the game. We get the high caliber medal and 2 citadels on that New Orleans. Love shooting at New Orleans. They just tend to pop whenever you sling some AP in their direction. And there is that Devonshire, the luckiest cruiser in all of World of Warships Legends, having taken very minimal damage from our armor-piercing shells. Can he get lucky again? Yes. He is not outright deleted. Instead, we get 3 over-penetrations and a single penetration. Not enough to take him out. Unfortunate, because we are on 4 kills. 1 more will grant us the Kraken Unleashed medal. And I should say I did get another Kraken in the Nelson a few days ago, but that game was not as spectacular as this one. York coming around the corner, some torpedoes, and here we go. These are the first torpedoes we're actually going to take this whole game, despite being shot at by a Fubuki numerous times. Actually, it looks like those torpedoes run out before they hit us, which is kind of amusing, but here come the York's torpedoes. And these ones we're not going to be able to avoid entirely. We're on fire 3 times, plus flooding, got to use the damage con, and pop the heal. Now, in our haste to shoot at this York, we aim perhaps a little bit too low, and we only get 2 overpens, 2,700 damage. But the York is stuck on the island, which is fantastic. It means there's no way he's going to be able to dislodge himself, at least not quickly, in order to torpedo us from the other side of his ship. Got a friendly cruiser moving up, and note we are 7 seconds away from flipping this cap, and thanks to our murderous rampage against the cruisers, it is now a situation of 4 versus 3. We're ahead on points and ahead on ships, and the York gets killed right through the bow. Confederate, 3rd devastating strike of the match. Xarkun unleashed, 150,000 damage done, and only 2 cruisers left. We've thoroughly demolished the enemy team throughout the course of this game. I think had we not been here, this would have been a loss. So you could consider this a carry, I suppose, but it wasn't a back-breaking carry. Oh no, my back is not at all sore. This was quite easy with all of these cruisers giving broadside and the absolutely phenomenal British armor-piercing shells. Aoba out there sneaking out past the island, coming to maybe not a complete stop, but going very slowly. Not a lot of health left. Proper lead, and kill number 6. Yes, down goes the Aoba with a Citadel to boot. Not that we needed it. That puts us up to 151,000 damage, and we also get the solo cap ribbon for Bravo, which should grant us a lot of XP. Note we've taken 2 caps in this game, sunk 6 ships, and gotten basically all of the medals. We'll get a few more after this game ends, including Dreadnought and Fireproof. This might actually rank among my highest XP games ever played, by the way. 2 caps and a battleship. Kind of amusing. We don't get the kill on the enemy Helena, so we don't get 7 kills, but that's okay. I think 6 is enough. Obviously, we win this game easily. 1 million credits earned, 151,000 damage, Fireproof, Arsonist, Confederate, Dreadnought, 3 devastating strikes, High Caliber, and Xarkun Unleashed. How much base XP? 3,500. Fantastic game. I had so much fun in this one, and I hope you guys had as much fun watching it. If so, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.